You're green.
I am. So cute, so cute. Okay, so I have never actually been that interested in The Wizard of Oz until Cynthia was playing Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. I decided to go ahead and do a little cosplay action, all in honor of Cynthia. I don't know what I'm doing and I don't want to talk too much to where it just like messes everything I'm doing up. I am gonna have to take off my shirt. I will have something down here, so you might, I'll generally zoom me in a little bit closer so you don't see any slips of the nip. I purchased this Meron Paradise palette. There are a few different ones. There's a very big one that has more colors in there, but I really didn't think I needed that one because this one had a majority of the colors that I needed, which is precisely green and white. If I need anything else, I will pick it up. If not, I'll just mix these to get the colors that I need. Hopefully I can do it. I also have a spray bottle, one of those continuous spray bottles here. You're supposed to spray it to activate it, swirl it around, and you know, apply it. I don't know how it's gonna apply, but I also have a braid ponytail that I will attached to it because in the movie she has braids in. I'm excited. I'm using the Glow Recipe moisturizer. We're going through this. This is the moisturizer we use every time we film, so it's like it's going down. We're definitely going to be drying down our layers as we proceed. Once I sent over a new bottle of Secure the Blur, so we're gonna use it. I'm so excited. This is like one of my very favorite primers, so that's what we're using. I've never done a face paint type of situation before, but I do know that I have to like prime my skin very well, that way it doesn't experiment with me. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray the green. Oof. Taking a clean brush and we're just going in there to see what we can get, okay? So whenever I got this, it has cracks in it, but because it's water activated, I feel like it doesn't matter that it has cracks in it. I'm just gonna go ahead and stipple. This face paint says that it washes off with soap and water, so it's nothing to worry about. It's gonna come off. I'm gonna spray on it, let it sit for a second, and then we're gonna go ahead and complete this face paint situation we got going on, okay? I'm having too much fun with this. Guys, if this works out very well, I need you to suggest other things that I can cosplay as, because this looks like a lot of fun. I don't know how my bathroom is gonna look after I have to wash this off, but I'm going to be jumping in and out using voiceover just to, you know, explain certain things that I'm doing. But right now I'm just applying the face paint all over my skin, and I'm generally waiting in between each layer to dry it down. This right now is my second layer and I'm stippling it in because it is a water activated paint. If I try to swipe my hand, it's actually going to just peel that layer right off. So I'm very gently just patting it in. I wait for it to dry before I go into the next step, okay? So throughout this whole video, you're just gonna see me stippling the product instead of swiping at the product. Also, I started building the color on my hands just to get it ready for the I'm gonna go into the yellow and we're gonna do a little highlight situation. I know most people would use white, but the yellow would give us that color gradient that we're looking for without it being too bright, especially on my green skin, I think. Oh no, it's lifting. Now the yellow has turned green. Is it lifting or no? I can't get myself wet because this will wash off. Pro tip, it is far better to apply this product with a brush than it is to apply with a sponge, because the sponge lifts the product off your face. You don't want that, like, at all. So I'm just gonna apply as much as I can with this flat brush, and then I will go in with the fluffier brush to blend everything in so it looks nice and seamless. But I am happy I went in with the yellow instead of the white, because I feel like it would have been too, like, the tone would be entirely too off. For some odd reason, color theory still applies. Color theory still applies even when you're using a actual colors, like actual, even when it's not like a skin tone shade, color theory still applies, because if I had used white, it would be entirely too bright for what I'm trying to achieve. Okay, do you see how easy it is to blend in with a brush because it doesn't lift anything off my skin? So I got a clean brush and then I sprayed it with a little bit of water. I dabbed it off my skin and then I'm just blending it in. Okay, I'm gonna go in with the green and we're just gonna blend the edges of everything out. But I also kind of turned the green into like a little bit of a yellow, so we'll see. Putting the new paint on top of the dry paint was lifting, so I decided to go in with a powder. And of course, I reached for the Juvia's Place palette because I knew that it's going to provide me the best coverage and also bright pigments. So I'm using that almost lime green shade on my under eyes, and then in between that I'm going in with the green shade in the palette. You're gonna see it when you see it. I set all over the skin tone part of the makeup with this shade on my under eyes, this shade to kind of sort of set the rest of the green, and now we're going in with this shade as our contour shade. I don't want to use black because black will be entirely too stark against this skin tone. Of course, using that darker blue still gives us a bit of dimension without it looking too stark. If you notice Cynthia's makeup in the movie and also on the poster, it's very subtle contours just so that it doesn't look too stark, and I like that. I graduated to using powder over the paint because the paint lips when it gets wet, so keeping water away will be my best bet. I'm also going to contour down a bit to give me a more chiseled look to my face. So I'm just bringing the contour down, just blending in to make sure that all the lines are beautifully melted in together, so you can still see the highlights but not like any harsh lines. I do regret not shaving my face before I started doing this because now you can see the hairs on my face. It's like highlighted. Okay, next we're going in with this shade just to intensify the contour a bit. This one. It's not black, but it's coming off very, very deep. So we're taking it gentle, so it's like helping hide that line of my hairline a lot better. Of course I'm gonna be wearing a hat, but if you're gonna do it, make sure it's right. Now, the idea not to use white and or black on this green skin came from seeing other people do their green makeup looks, not just specifically this look, but any green look. I don't like how it comes out, so I decided to go on an alternative route, hence the yellow and the green. To set a bit further, we're taking the LYS translucent powder, a very big brush. I need to make sure that my face is as dry as possible. I can see the shine coming through, which is fine. As long as I don't move my face, it will be okay. I bought a setting spray to go with this that's supposed to help with oils and all that, but it's not coming in. So all through this look, we're going to keep blotting until we don't have to blot anymore. Okay, we're moving on to the eyes very quickly. To make life easy for the eyes, I went in with the same body paint from the Maron palette that I put on my skin for the green. I applied that to my eyes and I waited for it to dry down, and then I went into the Juvia's Place Culture palette and I applied that over it. But before that, I went in and filled in my brows using, I think this is a Milani brow pencil if I'm not mistaken, and then I used that same skin tone face paint to clean up the brows. And then we go into the Juvia's Place palette and we use the same shades that I used to contour my face on the eyes. So first I went in with that deep green, then I went in with that mossy green, and then I went in with that very dark, almost black green shade, so that I can build up my shades and not have everything look too stark. Next, I'm going in with this NYX SFX paint to cut my crease because I didn't want to put any white on my face. I'm using colors because this will ensure that all the colors blend very nicely together. I don't know why I didn't want to use white, but in my head, I just felt like adding white to any part of this would just make it not look good. Don't ask me how I do it. It just came to me as I was filming, I said no white, and that's what I did, and I really like how it came out. I'm lining with the NYX black liner, and then I took a Juvia's Place liner that reflects kind of like silver over the actual black liner to just give it a little bit of dimension. Then we of course went in with mascara. Okay, I'm taking some of the face and body paint, and I'm just gonna paint my nails. I don't know if I want to do the gradient to where it's like you can't tell where my nails end like this, or if I want to do, I think I want to do the gradient, so I'm gonna do that. Sad thing is I have to wash all of this off and make dinner and then go back to the nails, so we'll see how it goes. I know my kids are gonna freak out. I want to record their reaction when they see it. I'm so excited for them to see me. I love it. The way my nose is runny right now, it is insane. Okay, so yeah, I went ahead and added a little bit of the same shade I put on my eyes, on my brows, and my highlighter. Oof, honey, let me highlight my ear because I need my ear to glow. Okay, I don't even know if she was wearing any earrings. I have to go find it. Okay, I need to do my lips, and then I'll set everything. Okay, her lips were mostly a darker shade of green. So before I do that, I'm gonna line with a black liner. This is the artist pencil from Makeup Forever. I know I said no black, but for the lips, I needed it to be very defined. And the only way I could do that was to use black. I couldn't use brown because it just wouldn't blend in the same way. So I went in with a black, and then I blew it out. Okay, we're using Serengeti in the Juvia's Place palette. Once again, repetition, if it works, it works. We use the same shades as the contour shades on this makeup. We went in with that darker green, and then we went in with that lighter green, and then I just went in with some more green. The lips is purely eyeshadow, people. I absolutely love this look. I love this look. I love this look. I love this look. I love this look. I'm putting a bit of Motherland over everything just to bring out the green some more. So again, these are just eyeshadows from the Juvia's Place palette. Okay, so here I am going in with that green that I used to set my whole entire face over the lip. And then I went in with that NYX SFX paint to give me a beautiful green. Okay, it was starting to look a bit too black, so I put some of the NYX SFX in the shade Must See over everything just to give it a bit more of. Sister, don't ask me how long I've had this ponytail, but I have had this ponytail. Okay, this is a braided ponytail I got a very long time ago. I don't even know why I bought it. I just know that I bought it. As long as I've had this ponytail, if it wasn't to make this video, if I didn't buy it all those years ago just so that one day I could make this video, I don't know what to tell you, because I really believe I bought this ponytail all those years ago for this specific video. I just didn't know it yet. Okay, I have this Ion Hard Hold setting spray, well, hairspray. We're gonna set everything. Text little sis, come and see.
To little sis, come and see. Send it?
Yes.
Done.
My
Hey! Why Damagelo?
That's why I did it.
Hey! There's a witch in the house too.
I love it. It's so cute. Okay, you guys, this is my finished look. This is my finished look emulating Elphaba. Oh my god, I can't pronounce. This is my finished look trying out this Wicked Witch look because of Cynthia. Let me know what you think. My sister says I look very much like Cynthia, and I have to agree.